Mizal Tov to you, Masechet Tamid. This expansion starts with Hashem told Moshe to tell Aaron to light the menorah. The Gemara says that after last week parasha, all the presidents of Am Israel they sacrificed. Aaron was not invited to sacrifice anything. He was a little bit depressed. And Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, I see he's depressed. I tell him he's much greater than anybody else. He's going to light the menorah. He's going to clean the menorah, light the menorah. And Torah tells us the menorah was one part, and really Hashem made the menorah. Moshe could not make the menorah, even though Hashem showed Moshe Rabbeinu, shape of the menorah, upstairs. Nevertheless, came to do the menorah. Moshe, I don't know how to make it. You don't know how to make it. What's the big deal to make it? It wasn't so hard. Shlomo HaMelech made 10 menorahs. You follow halacha and you make it. It doesn't have to be exact. As long as you make the flowers and you make the buttons, you make the cup, it's done. Hashem did agree with Moshe. And Moshe just throw a piece of gold inside the fire and then take out whatever is in the fire. Moshe took it out, became a menorah. Moshe could not. The question is why? What happened? Why Moshe doesn't know how to make the menorah? The secret of the menorah, the Zohar says that the menorah is not really just to light the menorah. The menorah has to have 7 candles because Hashem, says the Zohar, has 7 ways that He reveals Himself, and if I may say, He behaves and acts. And the way Hashem does it, it is like a gradually. Gradually, it's not all of them together. Come from one, go to the next, until the 7th one. It is like lighting the menorah, says the Zohar. You don't light all of them at the same time. You want one by one. One by one, at the end, everything is on, everything lit. This is the Zohar. The kavanah of the Kohen is not to light the menorah. Is to connect those 7 ways of Hashem's behavior, if we may say methods of Hashem, to be connected. Each one has to give to the next one something. Eventually, last one is called Malchut, Kingdom of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when Shekhinah comes down. This was the purpose. That's what the Gemara says. Tamidash the Kohen HaGadol used to come every morning, and you saw one candle is on. At least one candle was on. What it means is, the Gemara says, Shekhinah is here. When the candle is on, it shows Hashem is here. This was the purpose. So to connect all of those, you have to be at a very high level. To make sure that you are the one that you're connecting with. It's not just to light the menorah. So by every candle that he lit, you have to come on, okay, this is on, so I'm doing the next one. And for this, you have to be in that level that you can connect it. The only way that you be able to connect it is Ohev Shalom Berodef Shalom. The Zohar says the Kohen is come from kindness, and the Kohanim have to be connected. Kindness. Kindness means that you cannot appreciate this yes, this no. It pours kindness from you. And that kindness connects everybody. But Aaron was able to connect to people made connection with people. Because the love that the person has in his heart comes from kindness. The kindness makes you to love everybody, and eventually you can supply so-called, let me say, love, spiritual love to the world, and that all these things are connected. This is Zohar. And that's exactly what Hashem told Moshe. Forget about Aaron. Aaron will do is much greater than everybody else. He's going to connect. This is why all the Sefirot, all the methods of Hashem, one to the other, and bring the Shekhinah down. And actually, this is the purpose of the Mishkan. The purpose of the Mishkan is to see Hashem is down here. Hashem said, I want to dwell over here. Who is going to bring it? Only Allah. By lighting the menorah. This was the purpose of lighting the menorah. That's what Chachamim tell us. Aaron was busy all his life making peace between people, because you make peace over here, Kadosh Baruch Hu has so-called peace upstairs. Afar. Huh? You watch it? Oh, okay, fine. So now Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, that is the goal of this world. So we're gonna read the Haftarah. The Haftarah and Zechariah, Navi, the last Navi we had, talks about the menorah. Talks about the menorah, of course, Hamim chose the Haftarah from the Navi about the menorah because the subject is menorah. But the Haftarah is the most powerful sentence in the whole Tanakh. The Haftarah reads that Yeshua was a Kohen Gadol, and he was first biggest Kohen Gadol, first Beit HaMikdash, and at the time, second Beit HaMikdash also. And Haftarah reads that Hashem shows a vision to Yeshua, and he sees the Satan is on his right hand. Light the menorah with the right hand. You can light the menorah with your left hand. You have to do the avodah in Beit HaMikdash only with the right hand. If you're lefty, doesn't matter, but you can do it with the right hand. You can do it with the left. The Haftarah reads that the higher said, Hashem shows me Yeshua Kohen Gadol going to light the menorah, and the Satan, the devil, is on his right side. Says the Navi, says Haftarah, it's the most powerful sentence. Some people say it before they go to sleep. Not every do has it, but it's very, very powerful. יאמר השם אל השטן ניגע בך, השם השטן ניגע בך בחר בירושלים. It says Hashem should scream at the Satan. The love of the Kohen Gadol, the kindness, pushes away the Satan from the world. As the Gemara says, when Mashiach will come, Hashem will slaughter him. I said this was the power of the menorah. The power of the menorah is not just to connect. It's to protect Am Yisrael from the Satan. And that's the most important thing. Hashem wants us to pray to him to get rid of the Satan. Yeshua Kohen Gadol says Haftarah, that was his job. That's what he felt, and that's what the kavanah that he had. And Hashem said to the Satan, get away from him, get away from him. And that's really the purpose of this world. And that's really what Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu, Aaron, much greater, much greater. He's going to let the menorah. He's going to connect. Because of him, Satan will move away. That's what the Torah tells us. One time was a pandemic, and Moshe told Aaron, you go with the spices, use spices outside Beit HaMikdash to stop the epidemic. No more corona. So what happened? Aaron, Moshe, but not you. You can do the same thing. The love the Gemara says that Aaron had for everybody from Israel, Shalom. You can light the menorah. Lighting the menorah, that's what you do. It says you have a power to stop the epidemic, to go against the Satan. It says that is the crucial thing to escape from the Satan, to escape from the gezerot, from the decrees. The person has to feel it. That he has so much kindness inside him. Like the Kohen Gadol, to imagine menorah in front of him all the time. before you start praying, you have to imagine the menorah. Dari says, the Zohar says, imagine the menorah. Says, I hope I am like the Kohen Gadol. You have to be qualified and eligible for this. You want to connect, get connection. Excuse me. The connection is to stop the Satan.